Wow, you're not going to believe what I've seen. I've never seen this before in the Peak District, but wait till you see what's here in front of me. This is quite shocking actually. Wow. Today I am taking you on another amazing Peak District walk. This time we're starting in the village of Hartington, and there's plenty of free parking. There's also pay and display parking if you come on a busy weekend day. Just outside the village you will see these public toilets, and this is where the walk starts. It's through the gate behind the back of there. Now the plan is today is to walk through Wolfscote Dale alongside the river. We're going to attempt to do Wolfscote Hill. Now there's a bit of a problem with this one, is the trig point at the top is on National Trust land. However, all the land that surrounds it is privately owned, so we're going to need permission before we can actually climb to the top of that. So I'm hoping the landowner is going to be about and we're going to be able to get permission to get to the top of Wolfscote Hill. After that we're going to drop back down into the valley, and then we're going to go along to Biggen Dale, which is a little bit of a nature reserve, before making our way back to Hartington. So my day's got off to a pretty frustrating start already, because I realised when I pulled up and I got all my equipment out of the car that actually I forgot my mic. So that's quite frustrating. And on top of that, I got iced coffee in a flask in my bag, and I probably put a bit too much ice in because all I can hear is rattle, rattle, rattle. So I've had to stop and get rid of some of the ice as well. So not the best start to the walk. So far it's been a relatively easy walk through some farmers' fields. It's all wild paths, signposted, and now we're about to enter some woodland. So I think it's through the woodland, and then we're going to go down to the River Dove, and that's where we're going to follow the river down Wolfscote Dale. One benefit we do have about not having a mic is you can hear all the sounds of nature around me as well. There's birds everywhere. The place I'm at now is stunning. So we've just crossed the bridge behind me. Here we've got the river. We've got a huge kind of stone kind of monolith there, which is now kind of covered. And then there's this man-made wall stretching all down the side here to where there's like a doorway. See what it says on this doorway. Beresford House, private. Now, imagine walking out your front gate or your back gate. That could be someone's back gate, and this is what you've got. Like, absolutely stunning. So the river is the River Dove. Now you've probably heard of that because you've heard of Dovedale. So if you do follow this river all the way down, it will take you to Milldale and Dovedale, which is one of the first walks I actually did on this channel. So I'll put a link in the description if you want to go and check that walk out as well. But this is stunning. So a little bit further down the path, you will come to this bridge where we've got to cross back over and walk down, keeping the river to our right this time. And it's this part here, so if you keep going this side, you're going to follow the path down by the river, but we just want to come off here and head up to see if we can get to Wolfscote Hill. Now, a bit of history about Wolfscote Hill. So it stands at 388 metres above sea level, and it used to have a path accessible to it, I believe, or used to be open access, and then that got removed. But the National Trust owned the kind of land where the trig point is, but to get to it you've got to cross private land. Now they are working on getting like a path put in or right of access, but at the minute none of that exists. So we don't want to annoy anyone whilst we're waiting for that to be put through. So we're going to try and find the farmer who owns the land. I'm going to ask them for permission. So up ahead of me, you can see Wolfscote Hill. Then over towards the right, I believe it's the farm where the farmer lives, who I need permission from. So here you can see no public access or right of way, and the permissive access has expired. Right, so we're just coming up to the farm area now. So I think these are the holiday cottages, and this is going to be the farmhouse. Let's try this door here. Okay, doesn't look like we're getting an answer there. Let's see, is there anybody about? Well, this could be a wasted visit. Well, this might not work out at all. So it looks like the landowners might not be in. So I'm going to have a quick walk up the path, which is the path I would have to take anyway. Just to see if there's anyone about, see if I can ask for some permission. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get permission today to go to the trig point at the top, which is a bit of a shame. So part of me does think, and I kind of live a little bit by this rule of seek forgiveness, not permission. So that part of me is like, you know what, should have gone for it, climb up it. If you get caught, you just say sorry and make your way off the land. But on this occasion, because I have sought advice on what to do to get to this trig point, I feel like I should follow that advice. But also, they are trying to get a path put in there. Now, if you're just going over there willy-nilly, essentially you're going to ruin it for everybody, because the farmers and that just going to say no because people are taking the mick. So on this occasion, I'm going to be a good boy. I'm going to head back down to the river. So we're just getting back to the river now. This is where we're going to stop off, make a nice iced coffee. But wow, check out the scenery. Just up here behind me is Wolfscote Cave, so we're going to go up and explore that actually before we stop and have a coffee. Maybe even have the coffee in the cave. Let's go in there. Let's go and explore and see what it's about. Oh wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Wolfscote Cave. Wow, so it goes quite high up into there. Looks like maybe a bird's nest. Getting dripped on by the water from above, and also a little bit of a tunnely area there. Pretty cool little spot, really. This will be great for making our brew. So let's get on with it, because I really could do with a coffee right now. So this is a lovely iced coffee. If you look closely, there's carvings in the rock. Now they probably are not ancient, let's be fair, but they are quite old. Right, trigger warning. If you're arachnophobic or you don't like spiders, you might want to skip the next 10 seconds or so. I have never seen a spider like that in the UK before. That's at least 1.5 inches long. Okay, there's another one there. So after realising I would be sharing my lunch with some rather large spiders, I have thought, let's get out of here. Pretty sure when we walked in we saw a sign that said dogs on leads. So far I've seen 2, including the one which is behind me, who are not on leads. One thing that really grates on me is irresponsible dog owners. Like, if there was sheep out here and there were dogs, well, there is sheep out here, I can see them on the hills now. what are you going to do if your dog starts chasing them? Just really winds them up. And these are the type of Karens which jump on Facebook and start moaning about people flying drones. You can see lots of little waterfalls. Now to me, they look like man-made weirs, which is to help the flow of the river. But it's really interesting, and you can see how it links into Milldale and Dovedale, because the scenery is very similar. The river with the weirs is very similar. The valley's really opened up now, and there's some beautiful cliff edges. Wow, spectacular. So when you get to this sign, this is where we're going to turn left, and we're going to follow the path to Biggen Dale. It looks a bit messy at the moment, so that could be fun. We're just going to stop, have a spot of lunch, and we'll get going, and we'll end up Biggen Dale. And somehow cross this path. Almost made it then, all the way without slipping. Last stone I have to slip on. Luckily I didn't land in the water, so that's all right. Now, going to go through Biggen Dale. I believe this is like a bit of a nature reserve, so I expect it to be a little bit more wild than what we just had. But we're about halfway through, so basically this is the turn back. We head up here and then we head up back towards Hartington. So this part I'm standing on now is like an old riverbed. So there's a little bit of water passing through it at the minute. I can imagine during periods of heavy rain, you can get a lot of water passing down there. But because it's not been too bad lately, looks like it's drying up, but that must be feeding the River Dove right down where we first saw that sign for Biggen Hill. I'm definitely missing the nice smooth path of the River Dove and Wolfscote Dale. This is looking pretty wild. So the gate is literally in the river. Don't fall in, don't fall in. Made it without falling. Now this is clearly not a super busy path. I've not seen a soul since I've been on here, except I've seen sheep. Lots of nature around, can hear lots of birds. But the path is very uneven, so it's very disused. Not seen much signs of human life, really. So when you get through this gate, yeah, I've got a path here and a path there. I'm going to take the path on the left. The path on the right will also get you to the same place, but this is going to cut us across rather than going around, which probably means it's steeper and more difficult. Now we're going to take, again, the path to the left. Wow, you're not going to believe what I've seen. I've never seen this before in the Peak District, but wait till you see what's here in front of me. This is quite shocking, actually. Wow, let's have a look at this. So there's the jawline, there's the skull, and the rib cage, and the wool. Wow. That is mental. It's a dead sheep. I've never seen anything like that in the Peak District. There's more, that's its spine. That must be the tags. Wow. There's a trail of wool coming down the hillside there. So, has it fallen? It's taken a tumble. And it's ended up down there, poor thing. I guess that just shows kind of how unused this path is. Like, how long has that been lying there? Does the farmer know? I don't know. I imagine he does, but that's crazy. I'm just going to go through this gate here, and there's a path we need to follow along. But yeah, like I've seen images and stuff where people have found like a stag's head and in the woods or something like that, but to find a sheep's carcass like that, wow, that's incredible. Well, I'm just going to follow this road along now. This was farm track really, back to Hartington. If anything interesting happens, and then the video will continue. But if not, I'm going to end it here. If you have enjoyed this, then please do hit subscribe and maybe check out this other easy river walk or something a little bit more difficult. Check out this walk here. And until then, I'll see you next time.